he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Metal Customs. Today we've got something a little different from our normal vehicles that come in here. We have a 2006 Mazda Speed 6. Cool little car. Somebody's already built the motor, bigger turbo, bigger injectors I'm assuming, and juiced her up a little bit. They say the little car is pretty quick, and that's cool. But what we got to do is get this bodywork in a good shape. Someone else, don't know who, someone else, done these fender flares on this, and the tires are hitting the Bondo they use, fiberglass, whatever, it's cracking, just not holding up very well. So what I'm going to do is grab the camera, give y'all a run around, and give you a quick go over of what they would like for me to get done. All right, first off, customer is going to be buying a front and rear bumper and two front fenders. So we'll start fresh with them. But the problem is, as you can see, these flares right here, they really need to be out more too, for these tires to have good clearance. And this car is not as lowered as it looks, just the way the fender flares are. But as you see, the way they done, whatever it is they done here, it looked like just building up of a bunch of maybe Bondo or fiberglass. I don't know. But to come in, I mean, the little side skirts, I'm assuming they bought them and installed them and just fiberglassed them in to fit what they made. Got to fix that door, that's for sure. But as you can see, all of this is cracking and busting up. And there's no room for that back tire. You see how it's cutting that tire all to pieces. And buddy, tires are expensive. Of course, we'll get that rear bumper replaced, and I'll make it where that new one fits that exhaust right and doesn't mess it all up like you see there. Pretty much same thing on this side. It didn't crack up as bad as the passenger side. Still, it all has to be redone. Now, they want me to get these flares bigger and, like I say, stretched out wider, so we got plenty of tire clearance. I can do that. I think the hardest part of this thing is going to be, they want to keep these side flares, and I got to make my new stuff fit them. That's going to be the fun part, getting that molded in, and I'm using metal. Very little bit of fiberglass and filler just for edges and things like that. But I'm doing this all with metal. And the owner said that he likes the way that the guy done this door. He flared it out to come into there. So he said, keep that door, leave it alone. Y'all take a good look at that now. But what I got to do is do a lot of sanding and remolding. As you can see, that one's a lot different. Yeah, and make them match. So, I mean, it's not an easy job by any stretch. This is going to be one of them, get out, you know, several tape measures and a lot of measurement and a lot of paying attention. And once I get all this stuff, the new fenders bolted on and things like that, I can check my clearance before I put my new flares on there, because we're ordering metal flares like a universal style, so I'll be able to manipulate them the way I want. But that's a big thing. Get some clearance where these tires are turned right and not rubbed, and get it looking uniform where it looks nice and not stupid. But that is the job and the task ahead of us. So let's just get with it. All right, I think the first thing we need to do, tear this front end off of it. Battery is disconnected. Done that as soon as they drop the vehicle off. So, wonder how one of these comes apart. Well, ain't nothing but a thing. We're going to figure it out. We'll see the basic bolts in the top and stuff like that. But let me raise it up and see what's underneath. I like to get the bolts underneath first and then go from the top. So let's beam her up and see what we got. Really not that much to see under here, guys. I mean, all of this doesn't really hold that. When you drop that front down, I can get to them plugs and unplug the electrical. I don't know how they have the front bumper mounted to the fender. It looks like it's just sitting there. And all I can see here, just these plastic insert things. There's more on the other side because it's got an inner fender well to pop out. But about all I can do underneath, get these plastic poppers out, and then this 10mm for the bottom of the fender. So I'll go ahead and get them. Then we'll drop it down and start unbolting and see where we're at. Yeah, there's a plastic inner fender well on this side, which is really nothing but a bunch of these plastic poppers going up through there. Yeah, we'll deal with it in that 10mm, of course. But all right, let me zap him out right quick, and then we'll drop it down and see what else we got. All right, got some of the clips out, two bottom bolts of the fender. That one came out, that one broke off. It was just rusty. Two bolts out of the top of the headlights. I'm not sure if there's something under here or if they're just jammed in. But there's Phillips screws here. Let's see what they're all about, see how much that's on. That's the thing about taking things apart and somebody else has put together. You have no idea. Let me raise it up. There's a little bolt in there. And I think once that bolt's out, harness come down, and we got our wiring harnesses out of the way, and then get to our fenders. Alright, it was a 8mm. Little weird bolting thing up in there. Yeah, that's got our front end here. We let it back down and get our electrical undone. Then we slide off this side of our way. And we're doing good. Set that back there. So like I say later, we'll take the all the lights out of it. Alright, fender time. We already got the bottom one. Open your door up, there's a bolt here, 10mm. Go ahead and zap it right quick. Got that one. And now, we'll bring you all around front where you can see better. All right, guys, right up in here. You can see it from back here. There's a built-in screw. It seems to be holding on to the hinge part. I do not think you'll take the hinge off. I think there's a built-in screw. All right, I think we got something better here. Yeah, man. You know, that's something like this, you'll take a screwdriver, that's a little on the skinny side, really short at the beginning. Please keep that in mind. We'll go ahead and grab the other side while I got this in my hand. Might as well, right? Right. deal with this. This is a flathead that has been totally messed up. So, we'll deal with that one in a minute. Let's go ahead and check his fender. There it is. It goes here. Thought that one was going to come out, man. There. Then I'm thinking, should just be these 3 bolts here. We don't need the fish anymore. Put that back. You think it would just fall off, you know? Voila. Yeah, what somebody done is just, it's like somebody bought some kind of kit that just bolted in there, and they half-assed them on there and slapped a bunch of Bondo on. They didn't even cut the fender. You can see the shiny part right here. It's where tire's been hit. I know, some of y'all probably freak out. I'm gonna put a brand new fender on it, and then I'm gonna cut it up. That's what you gotta do. Make the stuff fit, make it fit right. But all right, that is one, and I'm hoping that we can reuse. If we can reuse this piece right here. We'll have to cut it. But we'll have to have that to match that side skirt he wants to keep. But we can deal with that and any other tabs and stuff in here. So, we set that fender over here out of our way. Now, let me just go to the other side and do the same thing. And we'll get that fender off. And like I say, just leave the headlights right there. No big deal. It's hard for me to get my hand in there to unhook them. I do believe, I don't know now, maybe not. But these things are like huge. Yeah, he's got a bunch of extra electrical tied in and stuff. And I'm not going to go through that. He put the halos and stuff in there, which is cool. I like it. But I'm not going to fiddle with his electrical work. So we'll just leave him sit. But let me get that other fender off. All right, got that one off there. It came off easy, no stress. Here's the issue. That's going to be a annoying rub noise maker. I see why they took it off the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one off and throw it somewhere. It doesn't need to be there. It's not going to work for these tires and this setup. Just little plastic push pin things in there, so no big stress. Well, that is close, ain't it? Okay. Yep, squirrel. Yeah, you know how that is. But yeah, let me get rid of that. Then we're going to go to the rear and take the rear bumper off. All right. Got that rear bumper off there. Let me tell you what. That wasn't the easy couple of screws and clips like it's supposed to be. Here's what's left of the bumper. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, that's not part of the deal. They put this in there, then they put all of this over top of it. Yeah. This side, most of it was already broken off. And then this side, I reckon this side, somebody just had a crap load of screws and just started running them through the factory bumper before they put that little kit thing on that they were doing. But hey, we got it off of there. I think we were using 4 clips there for the center. And as far as the sides go, we'll have to see. And as far as everything underneath, it was just held on with a couple of zip ties. So we'll have to make sure we put all that back on really well. But we got it off of there. Now, here comes the part that nobody likes. Cutting. We're going to have to cut all of this crap off this old quarter. And then work on getting this door where it looks like the other door. So let me get some stuff buttoned up here. I want to get the them parts there stuck back in the trunk closed. And make sure I get things covered up because this is going to be a lot of dust. And I don't want to get inside this gentleman's car. All right, now that we get all that off there, what we need to do now is start coming in here and cutting. Really want to see what's under that quarter and how bad it is. And as far as the fender, the skirts and this door, we really can't do nothing about that until we get our back bumper on and get our fender flares on. That would donate what we do to that. And I can already tell you right now, a lot of this is going to have to go. Because we have, at our furthest point here, y'all see that? 2 3/4 inches, right? Okay. Go to the other side, which doesn't look bad. Yeah, you can just see it right off the bat, can't you? At the furthest point, we are 1.5 inches. So, yeah, the big difference. See how that just comes out here, more or less straight, little taper. And then over here, there's no straight. It just keeps coming out and then whoop, right back in. So all of that, basically from here back, is going to have to be redone. But we need to order the flares that we're going to get. And that I'm currently working on, talking with the people on the vehicle, trying to figure out which flares we want to order. Only bad thing is one of them's 21 days out. And the other one's only like 8 to 10. I'd like to go with 8 to 10, but whatever they want, that's what we'll go with. But yeah, that's where we're at. So let's grab our fancy death wheel here and just go to cutting some of this and get down to that quarter panel and just see how bad and how much we got to work with and make some decisions along the way. All right, I cut a chunk here off of it just to give me a general idea. I know I got to cut a lot more. Just want y'all to see how thick that is. Some kind of fiberglass pillar type material, not sure. I mean, you look here, I mean, there's gaps. So, it's probably going to get worse as we get on down. Like I say, I'd like to wait to get cut down anymore till we get to other flares, but I want to go ahead and get this crap cut off so I can get this quarter sanded and prepped, ready for them. But I just wanted to show y'all that. So, yeah, I'm going to keep on keeping on. And man, yeah, that's thick on there. There's no sense in that. Let me keep on chopping. Now we can see some of what they've done. Of course, I might have to come up in here and really sand. I'll get the drum sander and eat all this out of there. But as you can see, rivets, wood screws, sheet metal screws, whatever. They put that on there with the little plastic flares. and then just laid the fiberglass in there. Boy, now to cut a lot of it, I can tell you, it's fiberglass, you can smell it. But that's just way too much and just going way too far. But I'm gonna keep on this side right here. Like I said, I gotta get it stripped the rest of the way. But you know, y'all see something like this, and you know, it's just a good word of caution to throw out there. Before you take something someplace and get it done, please check them out good. Because you don't know really what you're getting unless you're right on it. You know, come down there here and there, time and time, and check them out and see what they're doing. Or like me, I give you videos, and if you like, I take pictures and send them to you in a text. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that you run into. I mean, all of this is gonna, it's gotta go. This right here, even though it's that thick, there's nothing behind it. It's just there. So it's just gonna crack over time and break away and bust. So I might as well just get in there and cut all that too. Well guys, I'm gonna be cutting for a while and doing a lot of sanding on this quarter over here. But we'll get her, and we'll get her ready and prepped for when we get our bumper and our flares, and then see what we can do as far as making the flares, of course, fit correctly. And then we're going to have to transition them in to these side skirts because they 100% want to keep these side skirts, which I'm down with that. I do like the look of them, but I don't think they're going to be coming out like this. It's going to be a different design here to make ours fit. But hey, we'll take care of it. All right, guys. Sitting here looking at this, and I want y'all to look at that. How thick that is in there, and how hollow it is in there. There's no way we can use none of that. And y'all know me, I do good quality work, and I'm not going to do some BS that's going to not last or not look right. So what I think we need to do, I've been cleaned up around this door. Tape this up so we can leave the door open and get in here with the saw and just come down through there and get rid of all this crap. We need to get to the original quarter. That's what we need to do. And I know we got to make these flares go in with the side skirts. And again, I got no problem with that. But this side skirt, of course, I showed y'all the measurements way too far out anyway. I'll just have to remake the ends of these side skirts where they're made up with the flares. So I'm saying cut down through here and then just cut probably like right here. And even that, you're still going to have to take a lot off just to match the other side. At least that'll let me get my skirt in here and see what's going on. And of course, in doing that, we already had to take a lot of this off anyway. We're going to have to take a lot more of it off. But we'll just see. Like I say, we're going to have to get in here and get this because that goes plumb down into there. That's where all of that is. Alright, well, let me get some tape and some paper and get this taped up. Dude, I want to get this interior full of dust. That's a big no-no. Let's do that, and then we'll just come in there with the Sawzall and cut that and see if we can get down to that quarter panel. All right, now that I got that cut and ground out of there, you can see how much was there. And I don't, why is there just a crap load of tape in here? That I don't understand. Somebody knows why? Put it down in the comments, please. But yeah, going to be some fabricating going on here. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today, which I got a lot done in the day, that's for sure. I think tomorrow I'll come out here and I might as well grab my drum sander and get this quarter ready. Leave that for now. And then I can run over to the other side and do the same thing. Hey, it's progress. Doing some cleanup, and man, excuse me. They beat the crap out of this quarter doing all of this, or the quarter was in bad shape to begin with. See all them dings and dents? Yeah, it's full of Bondo. And the thing about it, we got to get all this out, because all this stuff will do is crack. See the red? That's factory color of the car. So that tells you, and you can see some black down there too. That tells you that this was not taken down the metal before filler was put on. And I see no type of primer or anything, epoxy or nothing on there, just filler. And that will not hold, guys. That's how moisture gets behind stuff and causes cracks and chips and things like that. So from this line down, I'm working on it. We're going to get her stripped. This makes a lot of dust, and I got to take a, sand for a while, and then chill for a while. And you can see dust all over the place. It's even made it to my two Mustangs over there. Yeah, I'll tell you something about that one over there later on the middle bay. But this is what we're doing. We're just going to keep on and get that cleaned. I'm unconcerned about this. This is going to get cut out, because that was part of the problem too. You can see the cuts in the tire, right? Right there. It looked like they tried to take the factory quarter maybe and dip it out some. I don't know what they were doing, but it didn't work. And all they had to do was just take a death wheel and cut it off. Get some room in there. That's why we put flares on lowered cars, so they have room. And when the tires get wide and such, you make room for what you're doing. But all right, I'm going to quit yapping and get back to it. I just want to show y'all what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. All right, I took the DA, got that line through there and feather edged it at the back, and that'll be fine. And y'all remember, this is a budget job, okay? If the car's not getting no paint or nothing like that, don't get a spray can primer when all's said and done. But still, what we do, we want to do it right. Even though it's a budget job, still want it to, be a good job and for it to last. And as you can see, I'm taking my death wheel here, and that's where I decided to cut it. That will be plenty of clearance. And if he wants to lower it more, that should give him everything right there. I don't think he can go much lower than that and still drive this thing. But I want to give him plenty of clearance there on that quarter panel. Well, I'm going to finish cutting it and then go to the other side and pretty much do the same thing off camera. I'll have to wait until I can get this back bumper. When it comes in, get it on, see what these flares are going to look like before we can address the door or that side skirt. So that's a hurry up and wait thing. But till then, we'll just keep on keeping on. All right. I do believe I've done all I can on the body on this car. Yeah, I got this side all cleaned up as well. Like I say, I don't know how much I need to cut, and what I need to do down there, and how much I need to take off the door, or how I need to do that until I get these flares. I need the bumpers, flares, and the fenders. And it looks like they may be a couple of weeks before they get here. So, sort of leaves me stuck there. But, what we do need to do is go ahead and strip our old parts. We'll be needing these. And we're going to have to figure out how to, without totally destroying them, get these little pieces off the fender. That's not part of the fender. That's part of whatever kit that they bought and grafted in there. Probably gonna have to do just sawzall it off, like somewhere in here, and then manipulate what we need later. But we've got to do that to both of the fenders. In the front bumper, we got parking limbs, and driving lights, and all of that right there. And I do believe this top part does not come with the new bumper. I do, yeah, it just snaps out of here. Looks like all of this is snap tight stuff if you'll look at it. So I need to get all of them snapped out. I'm sure none of this comes with it. I need to get all them stripped out. Well, what's left of it. Use what we can. We'll get that mesh grill right there as well. A rear bumper. Not a whole lot here. That one insert down there on the driver's bottom, we can go ahead and get it popped out and reuse it. He said he had another insert for the passenger side. So we'll get it. See if these white plastic tabs will come out and reuse it. Reuse everything we can. And, you know, being a budget job, that's what you do. Try to save people some money. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that right quick. And then I think we're just waiting, guys. All right. Got everything I need off of them. Front bumper, rear bumper, and the two fenders. That's what I love these carts for, man. Cart, little service tray, just awesome. But I've got everything in there that I need. What was salvageable. Some of the brackets are so far gone and tore up, wasn't nothing left of them. But I got enough to make it work. I even got the pieces off the fenders. Yeah, don't know how I'm going to incorporate them in there, but I'm going to have to, that's a fact. But yeah, that is that. Alright guys, here's something we can take care of while we're waiting on parts. See that bad crack right there? Yeah. That definitely needs to be fixed. Just noticed that. And I'll ask them about it. Of course, you know, on the other side, it's got that bad spot too. I'm gonna wait on it. It's all this wrinkly, crappy stuff right through here because we got to do some repair on that. But I figured since I had the time, let's go ahead and get this one here taken care of. First things first, just take our die grinder, run across here, and get all that bad stuff out of there. I'm using 80 grit on that DA if you're wondering. Yeah, I think that'll work out just fine. So yeah, let me get some fiberglass. I'm gonna get that down in there. Alright, got us some fiberglass. Y'all know I use that, what's it, what's that? USC, Durglass, mixed up. Yep. Yeah, I used red. Yeah, I know, I probably mixed up way too much. That's okay. Yeah, I used a red hardener and it made it look like I was putting mud in here. Yes, I'm trying to cram that down in there. to fill that gap down there, that will help this thing to hold strong and not crack in the future. Which, I mean, with the pairs like this, you never know. You do what you can do, put it that way. Let me get some volume on it. They're just sitting out some. I know it looks funky being brown, don't it? If I can get it to feel the way I want it. I don't mixed up too much, but I don't think so. There's gonna be some angle right through here to get that to all fill up right. You know what I'm saying? That's the night better. That looks good. Access up there. All right. That's right, we want the end filled in. I know it seems like I get a little particular sometimes, instead of fiddle with it way too much, but that's what it takes. And there is such thing as fiddling with it too much. So I'm going to let that dry. And I mean, it's cool out here. That's why I mixed this stuff hot. So it won't be, it'll be the morning before I come out here and sand on that and see what we got. But Lucia made a good hit at it. And I think that will take care of that problem. We'll see it after it dries. All right, guys, next morning. I believe this stuff is moving up to sand. We'll see. We're going to grab our D8, 80 grid on it. We'll see what we think. You know what? I think it's ready for sand. D8 we're going to be taking a chance after they're getting that gold. So, we'll grab a different sand. Alright, let's grab this jitterbug. Get a chance to get it before. And it's a good flat sand too. But it does have 80 on it as well. cool thing. Now, all this stuff out of the way. Oh, that's really good. Alright, that's good. Now, normally if you was on a metal body panel or something, you go ahead and just put some Bondo plastic filler over that, sand it, then you're icing. Then it's on this flexible plastic stuff here, and we really don't have nothing but little air pockets. Basically is all we ended up with. That fiberglass, I really like it. It sands out really good. So I do believe that we can just grab some icing and get that taken care of. So let me get that done. Got a good wipe of icing down through there. We'll let that dry. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'll say this cool damp weather, but however long it takes is what it takes. Then we'll take and get that sanded out. We can use a block for that and go down on the grits of sandpaper and get her smooth. Yeah, that's the way it's going. All right, it is after lunch, so I'm thinking this stuff may be okay to sand. Let's just grab a piece of sandpaper and see. Yeah, it ain't really gumming up real bad or anything like that. So yeah, I think this is going to be okie dokie. Let me crank up some air. All right, I run through with the DA there a couple of times, and that got it down to where I want it. Now I take my block and finish it up with this 80. Looks good, feels good. I'm liking it. Let's get us some lighter sandpaper. All right, got a piece of 150 right here. Guys, all I'm doing is trying to get some of them 80 grit scratches out of it. Now let me grab a piece 400 to finish it off. All right, got a piece 400 already on this. Now let's clean it off. Windex. You know what I mean? I like Windex for a thing. Let that dry a little bit. Then we'll grab some high build. All right, that dried. Got a little bit of tape up there. Don't have to be too particular. I have some filler primer here. All right, let that sit. Yes, I do have some black primer. That will be put over it at a later time. Yeah, that looks really good right there. And like I say, we do have some other bad spots, got a crack there and stuff. We'll see just how much stuff they want me to fix. I don't want to go overboard, and I don't want to go over their budget. So, but I know that needs to be fixed. That'll be quiet. But let that dry for a while, then we'll put another coat on it. Then, after that second coat dries, we can go in there with a piece of 400. I'll do this off camera because y'all seen me do it a million times. And just lightly block that out, get it smooth, then choose some of the black sandable primer on. But basically, that's it. That's probably all we're going to do for this episode, so let's get this thing wrapped up. Well, seeing as we're pretty much at a stopping point, we're waiting for parts right now. So I think I'll call this video done, and keep looking out. Let's say, hit that notification bell, make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll get the next video. And in the next video, we will get the parts in, start installing them, and then figure out how we're going to make these flares work within the side scopes. I think that's going to be the trick right there. But no stress, we will figure it out. But until then, we appreciate you watching. If you would, throw us down some comments, hit us up on Patreon and super thanks, and please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Till the next one, we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.